Hey, I'm here with Joe Rotella, and he has brought some tools because we are going to make this amazing birdhouse, which is basically from recycled materials, right?
It is. We've got a fruit crate, yardsticks, a license plate, a tinker toy, whatever I could find to put it together.
That's so cool. And you said it's all easy to like make these materials do what we want.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So how are we going to get started?
So we're going to start by taking some yardsticks and cutting them down to 5-inch lengths, and I need 10 for this project, so I have to make 2 more. I'm going to turn on the vacuum so you'll hear some noise.
And I'm going to put on my safety glasses. You're already wearing glasses, but it is important to remember that. So one of the things you told me is that you're cutting these 5-inch lengths, but because it's a ruler, you don't actually need to measure anything because the measurements are right there on the ruler, which is pretty cool.
I need some pilot holes here, so I have this all set up for you.
Now here's the thing. I like tools, but I'm not always tool knowledgeable, and you have said this is Julie proof.
It's easy. It's easy.
So I'm going to turn the machine on.
So we're going to drill 2 at once, and you have a little piece of wood underneath so that when the drill goes through the bottom piece of wood, it doesn't splay out everywhere. And we just want to go in about 1/4 inch from the edge.
I'm going in too far is what you're saying.
Just 1/4 inch. There you go.
I don't even know what 1/4 inch is. Isn't that terrible?
That's about 1/4 inch.
Thank
You're
you.
good.
There
Use
you
the
go.
marks on the ruler.
Oh, of course. And there you go. It went through both of the rulers at the same time. That's a lot better than a hole punch.
Yes, you did a great job. So next we're going to work with some fruit crate. And the key when you're using reclaimed lumber, make sure if there's any nails or staples or screws that you take all those out because you don't want to have that go through your saw.
Okay.
And I'm going to measure this. I've got a square here.
Now, if people have never used a square, just you're putting the straight edge, right, against a straight edge, and that's what's allowing you to have just a single mark when you can make a straight line.
There you go. So I'm going to go back over here and cut this. And at the same time, we need to transfer the pattern for the shape of the birdhouse onto the wood. And you could print out paper and cut it out and then draw it, but I think it's easier to just stick on a vinyl template. So maybe you could help make some vinyl templates.
So you mean that the color that you have on here, right, it's not painted, it's actually a piece of vinyl?
Well, no, I'm just using the vinyl as the template.
Oh, okay. So I'll just cut that
While you do that, I'll do this.
So Joe, this is going to be perfect timing. You're done cutting. I'm just about done cutting. This has worked out. We are in perfect sync together.
See?
So here is your vinyl. I assume you want this piece out of it? Okay.
So all I'm going to do is apply this to the wood, and I'm going to base it on the bottom edge down here.
Okay.
Because if the wood is too short, because you know fruit crates are not like precisely measured, if the wood is too short and we have a space up here like that little tip, it just gives us a vent at the top of the house.
A little air conditioning for your bird.
So now I need to just trim these edges.
So this is interesting. I thought you were going to cut a piece of vinyl, and now I understand what you mean by a template. I get it. I get it.
You get it?
I do. So you're actually now just going to cut around that shape that you've cut from vinyl.
So you see how I just follow the template? And I've got one done to save us time.
I was going to say, I want to just look at this for a quick second to show that you're not being particularly picky or careful. The template is like a general guide. It's not the boss of you. And so even somewhere here where there's just a little bit of wood, would you actually trim here or would you just let it be?
I'd let it be.
So I'm just going to get the other piece, which is cut here for you. And then you will have your 2 parts of your birdhouse. But I notice These are different.
They're different because, of course, we need a hole for the bird. This is about 1 3/8 inches.
Oh, the bird needs to go in the house.
And did you know the kind of bird that uses a birdhouse depends on how big the hole is, how high the house is, the distance of the hole to the bottom.
I was going to say, to keep the squirrel out of the birdhouse.
So I have a trick for that. I've already pre-cut this hole. Now, all I did was drill a pilot hole, and then I used a scroll saw to cut out the hole.
I was going to say, for people who don't know some of these woodworking terms, a pilot hole is what?
Well, it gives me a hole in the solid board that I can insert the blade of the scroll saw in, because then I can move the piece or move the scroll saw around to cut out the hole.
Okay, so that just makes it easier, because it's hard to see sometimes that that's actually a saw blade.
Right, otherwise I'd have to come in from the edge and you'd have a line.
Right, which you don't want.
Now, to protect our opening here from predators, I've got one of these little pole holders, you know, like in your clothes closet where you put the pole.
Oh, like a rod holder of some
rod
kind.
holder.
Yeah.
So we would attach that here. We could also
how does
attach
that
our
protect
perch.
predators from getting in?
Well, it's metal. Like a raccoon can't dig the hole and make it bigger.
Oh,
So,
clever.
and the same thing here, we can attach this if we want to have a perch.
Cool. And what is that? Is this just a knob?
I found it at a flea market. It's some little finial.
Perfect.
So we can screw all this on. I'm going to do that later to save us some time, but it's best to do it when it's flat.
As opposed to after it's actually constructed, it's a little bit
tippy. But let's go ahead and see how we can put this together. And I found a little bit of a trick for it. When I was first putting on the rulers, it's a little tricky to put the ruler on and hold it in place and get it all screwed together.
Right.
So I just wrapped the edge with a double-sided adhesive tape. So if you could remove the protective covering there.
So this reminds me a little bit of, a lot of woodworkers use wood glue or something like that to set some pieces before they screw them together, but wood glue takes a little while to set up.
And it means I have to get it right. Here, I can peel the wood back off and adjust it and get the spacing.
So I'm assuming, this may be a stupid question, that I don't actually want to peel the entire paper backing off the double-sided tape, because we're going to put it down like this and it will stick to the table if I do that.
Well, unless you can be careful.
There's no careful here. We throw caution to the wind.
But you know, it's not permanent. It's not going to stick forever. We can simply undo it.
So you could do it if you wanted, or you can peel it partway off like this, whichever your preference. Again, you have to have fingernails to do all these things, or it's that tip of the pen. So we're going to attach all of the rulers. Now, I know that we put a hole in one end, but actually in your ruler pieces, you have holes in both ends, right?
Correct. So let's see. How about you hold these two up?
Okay.
And you know, the first couple rulers, it's a little bit pain. Let's see. I'm going to get this side
Just
first.
another reason to make things with a friend, because you need somebody to hold things for you.
Okay, so there's one. Now you could pay attention to what colors go where if you really care about the colors. There's
I think it's
another
more
one.
fun when you just let it be sort of a grab bag and let the design of it come together, especially when you're using found objects like this.
And you'll notice they don't fit together perfectly.
They don't fit together perfectly, but I can feel how solid this already feels now, just having it this way.
And the spaces between them is perfect for drainage. So a working birdhouse does have to have drainage at the bottom. So no worries, no predator is going to be able to get into that slot.
So once you've done this, you would then put screws into each of these.
And you can see how this,
just make it easy.
you know, it's not going to stay together permanent. But it's enough that I could screw this together.
It's enough for you to start putting the screws in.
Right. In fact, I'm going to just flip it over to get it out of the way. And let's work on our roof.
Yes.
So I've got a license plate here. And we need to, it's tin roof. We need to mark it to fold it in half and put the holes in that attach the roof. And it's easier to do that on the back side.
Well, the
so I've already got
side,
one done.
right?
I've got some of the holes drilled. I need 2 more holes. Think you can do 2 for me?
I hope so. Let's see. So now drilling through metal.
We want to put this.
Still want to put this behind.
Now you want to go a little bit slow at first. Let
go ahead and
bit
put it
grab
under
that
this
metal.
way. And then I just want to aim and go slow and
nice
make sure
slow.
that I hit it.
There we go.
Oh, you can definitely
That's
feel it go through.
One more and we're done.
Okay. I'm, you know, taking my time with this and being really careful, but obviously once you get practiced with it, it's less of an issue. Because I want it to be perfect for you, Joe. I can't believe that just went through metal.
Well, look at this part.
Ooh.
We need to fold it in half now. So I have a tool for us.
Okay.
That piece of 2x4.
This is a tool?
This is a tool. This is why I don't throw anything away. So all we're going to do is line it up with the line.
Yes.
You're going to hold this end down really tight.
Yes.
I'm holding this. You ready?
Yes.
Takes a lot of muscle.
Okay. Wow, you are a strong man.
So now we have a little roof for our house.
That is so cute. And if we look at the finished one, I can see that through those holes I just drilled, you put a piece of, did you say chicken wire?
I think it's another thrift store, flea market find, this
just
big spool of wire.
Just something to make it hang.
But, you know, there's the beginning of our house. Now we have to just put all the screws in, but we're done.
Very cool. Joe, you make me feel like I can make all kinds of things.
I know you can.
Thank you so much.